Hello, this is the Prussian Prince, not stealing Zurip's intro. I'm here with Zurip and Jonasny.
Hello. Hello.
I was gonna say we're both casting this match, but there's 3 of us. That doesn't work.
Yeah. So it's a bit blocky on the stream, so I guess no matter how much quality I add in terms of codec, it still gets to bitrate.
Anyway, this is first Emperor tournament, Killerfisch against Oleg. Playoffs round 1, so this should be very interesting. Best of 5, and it looks like we'll be having Pontus for Killerfisch against Arverni. I think Killerfisch has always liked Pontus in Rome 2. I think.
Yeah, they're kind of mobile and kind of cost-effective, cheap.
They have cost-effective pikes, shooting cav. Actually, if you don't go for Camel Archers faction, this is a good compromise. Because what can you take? You can take either Parsia or Nomads for horse archers.
Yeah.
Okay, game is starting. So let's take a look at builds. Will you go over the Pontus then?
Me or Jonas?
Whatever.
I just do it then. He has 4 mercenaries, Scythian archers, 3 hunter carry in the center, 1 and 2 at the left center. Then he has, well, there's really nothing else I can really tell. He has 1 hoplite, and the rest are hidden by now.
Yep. So for Arverni?
For Arverni, we have in the back Spear Warriors, 1 and I thought it was gonna be 2, but he has a Levy Freeman. Interesting unit. Then he has Savage Dogs. Again, interesting choice here. 3 noble horse. One of them is his general, and 3 more noble horse for Oleg. Then for his main line, we have 2 more spear warriors and 1, 2, 3, 4 spear nobles. And it's actually interesting that he didn't go for spear noble with his general. He could have brought another spear noble. I wonder what he's planning to.
Yeah.
Dogs are coming from Emperor. Oh,
yeah.
Interesting to use them against horse archers.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much the main use we saw so far on this tournament, but nice counter charge from Killerfisch was ready for that instantly. So, but now General could be in troubles.
Nah,
actually,
he's gonna get out of there.
Yeah. Actually, Oleg Vadimovich saw that General of Killerfisch could have reacted a bit earlier, slightly earlier. But that was nice try. Okay, so Killerfisch decides that he has to risk his gen. Pretty much sacrifice, yeah. And obviously these spear nobles are for a very simple reason here, to counter pikes of Pontus. Killerfisch counter charges, but spears are too close, I believe. Oh, another charge going for Killerfisch's own unit, just right into its back.
Yeah.
So yeah, main problem for Killerfisch right now is that he forced to fight with spears coming. So by the end of this fight he may not kill all cavalry units of Oleg, and that would be it.
The dogs are still trying to kill that mercenary Scythian, even though there's only 1 dog left.
There's no way that Killerfisch has enough. I don't see.
Yeah. Well, 1 special unit coming from behind of Oleg forces, but it's unlikely that it will actually turn the fight.
Yeah, Oleg just has to put a unit to face it. Like something to block the charge and get braced.
And he simply have enough cavalry now. He knew exactly what he will face from Killerfisch. And well, and you see how Killerfisch actually plays. he knows that none of his forces are actually useful in this fight, and that's something that I not necessarily like about Killerfish play. He still bets a lot on this engagement which takes out enemy forces. For me, it's not much better than a melee rush, because you still rely on one specific strategy or engagement, and all your remaining tools just depend on it. So his play style potentially as problematic as melee rush, in my opinion.
Yeah, first javelin have been taken out. And
Dog
Yeah.
handlers are fighting.
Man, but look at this Eastern Javelin been wrecking these noble horses.
whoa. Yeah, I lost javelins.
Oh man.
Yeah, those horses are gone.
Yes, Commander.
But
Yep.
they did manage to kill one of the Scythian chariots.
Yeah.
But Oleg is strangely blobbed up. It's like
Strength
Yep.
and honor.
quite a bit.
I actually think that Killerfish might be able to turn this around if he can kill it off of the carry, that blob.
If his chariots do well, maybe.
Okay. Stream. People on the stream seem to be having some problems with video, so I'll change settings soon. After this game, obviously. But I wonder what Killerfish can do at this moment. Like, there is 5 cavalry units left for Oleg. I just don't see Killerfish coming
Yeah.
from this.
Quickly now.
He can probably kill 2 more, including General.
Yeah.
Man, this is so strange. Like, I don't know. And game is like gives me a strange feeling because it's never so smooth for me when streaming. Indeed. Yeah. In fact, I think these hoplites could be a problem for Killerfish. Like, he kinda tried to make his javelins safer by putting hoplites behind them, but in the end, these hoplites weakened his cavalry force and didn't contribute to fight at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
So while his skirmishing contingent is okay, these hoplites definitely miss in terms of picking a build. What
Oh,
freaking
javelin.
javelin, man! Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
These guys are scary as heck.
Yeah,
I
but
should
they're
take
kinda
them
easy
all.
to kill, so.
Whoa.
Well, they might be
I'll-
easy to kill. Hello, Shaman. We're actually streaming a match. And well, it's more or less over.
Yeah.
But actually, you see what Killerfish did? He still have hidden units, and he's just trying to use. He still tries to get rid of
Yeah.
freaking horses. Could he
Yeah.
do it?
No, I don't
think
think
so.
that he has enough ammo. Even if every single javelin kills a guy, he don't have enough ammo.
Well, for infantry, he still have chariots. He only need to kill cavalry.
But cavalry is alive.
Yeah.
How much? 2 of them, right?
Well, one of them noble horses
3.
is at 3 men.
The general is 4 men.
Jen will die. This 3-man horse will die. So there is only 2 remaining, really. Well, 3. 13 men, 53, that's a problem, and 32. So Killerfish still not there in terms of cavalry kills. Still needs more.
Yeah.
Well,
Still
let's
don't
keep.
see it.
Yeah, let's keep looking at it. His stuff is moving out, but very slowly.
Oleg must be like what is going on? Why isn't this game over yet?
Yeah.
What is Killerfisch doing? That's what he's thinking. He's confused.
Probably, but well, knowing Oleg Vadimovich, he seems to be one of the players who can keep his composure.
Yeah.
And he he keeps his composure to a level of just creating freaking spear box.
Oh. But it's not really a box. It's
No, it's more like two. I don't even know what to call it. Cases?
Huh.
You know these puzzles when you have to create, like, move one stick and create a new number, something like that. It looks like one of those puzzles.
Quickly now!
So for Oleg, like his problem might be that he's just spread out, but there's not really anything that could take advantage of that. Maybe chariots for Killerfisch, but that's about it.
Yeah, well, Killerfisch cannot send his chariots at the moment. There is
Yeah.
cavalry, but Oleg already saw this Eastern Javelin Man, so Killerfisch getting them closer. And what will likely happen? Killerfisch will try to get this Javelin Man close, and it all will require on both players microing this timing, this initial engagement. Like Oleg will try. Oh, getting
Trying
some
to get the
arrows.
horses.
Javelin Man, yeah, he will try to move in with infantry and cavalry at the same time, and Killerfisch will try to send in his chariots and kinda like
Stop their momentum.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, I mean, Oleg Vadimovich will need to commit his cavalry to stop Javelin Man, because from infantry they will run away, obviously, and Killerfisch will have to use that like small window of opportunity for his chariots. Other than that, there is no openings for both players. Oleg definitely don't want this Javelin Man to get their wars.
Oh, Levy Freeman got shot into the wall. I think that was game deciding, to be honest.
Nah, it's even without that, Killerfisch doesn't have enough ammunition. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters that much. And this mercenary hosts, I wonder if they have any ammunition left. I don't think
With
so.
19 kills, I would guess they have like 2 or 3 body stuff.
So yeah, stalemate scenario when we just have to wait for
Yeah.
Killerfisch. He doesn't really. Oh, okay, finally they're running. Finally, and I'm sorry for video quality. Apparently, I still need to work on settings. I'm using new technology. Oh, nice. Pillar throw. I'm using this technology that's called Quick Sync from Intel, which allows me to encode on my how it's called?
GPU?
Not onboard GPU, yeah, onboard Intel GPU, but it seems that I still need to work on settings. Maybe I put them too high. Well, I think there is time limit on. Oh, there is no time limit this time.
No, yeah.
But this wasn't too long, honestly. I don't think we didn't even 20 minutes didn't pass yet. It was really fast beginning.
15 minutes so far. I
Yeah,
think.
so. Oh yeah, even my stream only 15 minutes, so this isn't long game at all. And I think it will be decided in upcoming 10 minutes, most likely.
Killerfish decides to kill the Devil Freeman with his carry.
It's not like it will. Oh, I know what it will give him. The spear box will have to shrink.
Yeah.
But I think he makes a mistake with his Javelin Man. He kinda want uphill position for them, but the mistake is that he's approaching from a forest side now.
Yeah, he really needs to open area over at the corner.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so he does some strange stuff. By the way, this fixed group bug wasn't fixed. When you try to pull them back, they still fuck up.
Oh.
Yep. I tried that happening to me a couple of times when we played Russia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Actually, interesting. I wonder what CM production means when he's saying that he started to lose it with new games. But lately, most of the games releases were like Rome, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Batman. They're all so screwed up at release. I just
Yes.
can't get
Yeah.
enough of that bullshit. Honestly.
Your microphone is a bit weird, sorry.
Wait, really again?
Yeah, just a bit.
Maybe I
I
got too
think-
close to it or
Yeah,
too
you were
excited.
just a bit
Yeah.
loud, I think.
Okay, sorry for that. So Oleg Vadimovich decides to take an action because at this point he took everything he could from a box. Javelin man close enough, box cannot be big enough, so he have to move out. And his cavalry,
Oh, mercenary Scythian got attacked again by
Oh,
Javelin.
yeah, some of them.
yeah, and they're actually engaging. Oof. Yup.
Oh,
Getting caught.
this is real bad for Killer.
Oh, is Oleg doing? It almost feels like Oleg trying to bait Killerfisch into chariot charge.
Yeah, because he's keeping his cav behind.
Yep.
Very far behind. Look, those dogs are still going in. Like 11, not dogs, but dog handlers. There's 11 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Javelin throw, no one killed though.
Savage dogs. Dogs
French
la
style.
savage. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, killing spear nobles from the front will be hard.
Huh.
Chariots going in.
Oh, Oleg has to realize and just turn around his spear. There he goes.
Orders understood.
Well, he stopped. Oh, Killerfisch realizes it as well. But his horses would be. Yeah, he kinda losing it slightly with horses micro. Killerfisch, I mean, his retreat is a bit messed up right
yeah,
now.
those hoplites are gonna get caught.
Fixed group up.
Could be. Yeah, the biggest problem is that Javelin man got caught. Oof.
As you wish.
Yeah,
Same on
Oleg
another
has won
side.
this.
Yeah, totally. He made good use of his remaining
Yeah,
cap.
looks like this game is over now.
In fact, Killerfisch maybe made a mistake by splitting up his hoplites and Javelin man. Like, if he kept them together, he will have two hoplites to stop two cavalry units. Kinda.
Yep.
Yeah, by this point it's GG.
Yep.
Killerfisch did well enough to stay in a game after initial fuck up. But no.
Yeah.
Well, I like that he still keeps trying, but it's just not effective enough.
Yeah.
I wonder if he actually tested this.
Depends on who he tested it on. If he tests things like the AI, then maybe this would have worked.
No,
It just
well,
requires too much micro, and the units are so screwed up with the hard grouping and so on.
well, in this case it's required a lot of micro from both players, because in the end it was all about initial cavalry engagement.
Yeah.
So let's look at actual stuff. Yeah, looking at builds, Killerfisch easily could have used one more cavalry unit, or even two.
Yep.
I don't know, taking these hoplites, they're still worthless against Arverni. Absolutely
Indeed.
worthless.
Anyway, see you in game number 2. Game number 2 between Killerfisch and Oleg. Oleg won the first game. And now, let's see what type of build Killerfisch is gonna go for. I'm gonna go over his build. Since
Okay.
it looks juicy. On his right flank, we have 2 Praetorian cav, an auxiliary elephant, 2 gladiators, and then in the center, a legatus. And 1, 2, 3, 4 Praetorian guards. Again, supported by 2 Praetorian cav, and on his left flank, an auxiliary African elephant, and 2 gladiators. So this is a more rushy
Meta
standard
game build.
build, yeah, from Killerfish. He has maybe given up on skirmishing, or maybe just this map, maybe.
Who knows? Yeah.
Okay, so for the sweaty build, in the center he got 1 blood swan, 1 club levy, 1 berserker, and then a line of 4 swordmasters. His general is a noble blood rider, and cavalry engagement happening between blood riders and praetorians.
Noble riders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Night hunters coming out,
As you wish.
and
For honor.
yeah, but now
It's
we
quite
should prob-
even without elephants. Praetorians even losing a bit. And elephants didn't actually get a nice charge. Oh, probably Praetorians were losing because of this frenzied charge. Draco didn't help them.
Yeah. And here come night hunters
Yep, right from a forest.
and more club levy. Basically, look, Oleg already has all his infantry to support that small engagement. Like he's sending everything there already.
Wow, those night hunters are real effective. Barbarian spear seems much more effective than
Yeah.
civilized spears.
Yeah.
Already
All that
30
discussed a
kills.
lot of times. They
Wow.
don't have formational attack, so they get right into the fight, sneaking every gap they can find. Elephants didn't do much because they obviously didn't got a charge at all. So this is a huge loss for Killerfish in this flank. He will
Yeah.
probably win on another flank, the cavalry fight which he supported with gladiators. No, without gladiators, but he's winning other flank fight. So price-wise, in the end, this could be equal, you know?
Yeah.
But already
But
like
it's
the
still a
problem is
mistake.
that Killerfish lost an elephant unit.
And he kind of don't have uphill advantage anymore. By the way, guys, can you tell me if quality on the stream got any better?
I still think that Oleg is a little bit more effective.
Yeah, well, 2 Praetorians and elephants.
Yeah.
Well, he lost actually 1 cavalry unit here, half of no, I don't know. So 2.5 for 2.5 and elephant. Yeah, definitely. I like is more cost effective. He's 1 elephant cost effective.
Yeah.
The problem would be mainline, so because now Oleg doesn't have anything to actually damage gladiators if Killerfish careful enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the melee fight, the formation attack is actually beginning to get kind of good again, because infantry is more dense than cavalry.
It fully depends on initial charge right now. I think it comes to the fact that they buffed shields. They didn't change formational attack itself, they just buffed some stats.
Obliterate them. Engage at speed.
Here come the sword masters. Against Praetorian guards in melee, so this should be quite one-sided, this engagement. But Praetorian guards got a good charge.
Well, Praetorian should win this.
Whoa.
Well, there is Blood Swan. What are those?
They're gonna rout immediately.
They are
Yeah.
shitty units.
Likely to be ripped apart by these elephants going through them.
Here's the thing, like,
80 men still staying. Oh, whoa. They stayed to 60. Actually, a lot of other units losing that fast will actually rout. This Blood Swan.
They're so very cheap. They're very cheap.
Yeah. But they killed 2 men.
Yeah, but still. And now berserkers are in the fight, so
And now,
berserkers will just
main
die.
problem for Killerfish. Look, we have a perfect whirlpool. Killerfish winning one flank, but too slowly, while Oleg winning other flank very fast. Actually, I think the middle is lost by Killerfish at this point. Well, not sure, agree.
The
But
middle, yes, but
yeah, and in this fight, Oleg will lose his gen faster.
Advance at speed. Advance at speed.
Hmm,
Killerfish may win here.
I will bet on Killerfish, in fact, at this point.
It looks like you get this.
Yeah, he does. Just because his general is stuck, I believe, and obviously, well, these swordmasters, now that they waver, it's like whenever I see gladiators not being charged, I know that gladiators will pay at least double their price, most likely.
Yeah, it's the missiles and the charges you need to use against the gladiators.
Yeah, because in grinding fight, they're just good.
The Praetorians did so well here.
They did okay, actually, if we look at Praetorians, 100, 168, one Praetorian routed very fast. They did well to soak up charge.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Oleg Vadimovich slightly invested too much in additional tools. One of his Night Hunters worked pretty well, gave him initial advantage, but in the end, build of Killerfish was so focused around rushing that
Yeah, one of
all
his Night Hunters were actually even activated.
yeah. And look how two berserkers were pretty much destroyed without doing any real
Yeah.
damage. That's important units. I didn't actually notice it.
Fighting
Yeah.
elephants, I think.
Yeah.
The one were fighting elephants, the other were fighting the gladiators. They got back charged by elephants, so...
So Killerfish picked his targets very well. Because for me, berserkers are like gladiators. They fit the same role. They're just a bit more tanky than gladiators. But
yeah,
there's
but
someone.
they're also fewer men, so...
But that's unit you don't want to get charged.
Yep.
So, are you still recording?
No. I'm gonna
Okay.
record.
Then I have another question.
This is game number 3 between Oleg and Killerfish of First Emperor. And right now we have Killerfish playing as Egypt. Yes, very standard choice from Killerfish. And from Oleg we have Seleucids, also a good choice.
I just realized one thing about these games that was bugging me, but I realized it just now. Probably because I don't have VSync enabled. I have artifacts when I move my camera. There is like certain area where I have these syncing artifacts. I need to work on it later, but anyway, game is starting. This time I'll allow myself to go through Killerfish build, which is Egypt build. So let's take a look. We can see quite a bit of skirmishes, and we will start with Chariot on his right flank. Then his cavalry, which is 1 Ptolemaic and 2 Ptolemaic cav, that's it. For his infantry he seemed to have 4 Galatian guards. Then he have 2 light pelters in the middle with 1 more light pelters behind the 3 Sorok pikemen. Then he have 2 more Sorok pikemen and general Carrion Axeman.
Yeah. Why?
Good
Maybe
question.
to get him to
X-Men.
be as cheap as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then,
Then
So
there
that
is-
he
he
don't
can
have to
die
risk him.
quickly.
Yeah, but maybe you just don't want to risk his general, and therefore it is giving sense to have a cheap general. That's
One,
why you take the general's bodyguard as carvings, for
As you
example.
command.
but
Not
one
because
cav
it's
charge
the best
will just destroy this general almost. Anyway,
Well, we will see
Yeah.
it. There
I
is another
don't-
Carrion Axeman, and go for Seleucid then.
yeah, I also don't understand his chariots, but I'm gonna go over the Seleucid build. We have on the left flank of Oleg 3 cav units. It is it is 1 Agema, 1 Hellenic Cataphract, and 1 Azat Knight. supported by a camel archer as well. On his right flank, two Agema and one Azet supported by a camel archer. We of course have two Indian elephants. One is armored, the other one is a regular one. And in the center we have two thorax pikes, two regular pikes, and a silver shield swordsman unit. So, interesting.
Totally. So we can see what problems he will have against Killerfisch, but
Yeah.
we can also see Killerfisch problems, which are these four Galatian royal guards.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Why four? And
They don't
why
have any
chariot?
role on the field right now.
What's with the chariot?
He might have like oversmarted himself or something. There is small chance of Seleucids going for infantry heavy, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's more interesting for me what Oleg Vadimovich will actually and can actually do. It's not much. He tries to get on these light peltas.
Oh, he already used trample. He wasted it.
Killerfish, yeah.
Yeah. Or is he? Now there's a camping engagement. I'm not sure about this for Oleg because there's a Galatian close by. But there will be elephants soon.
Yeah. So this might be a good route,
Yeah.
but okay. And Oleg Vadimovich goes for it.
Comes.
Ooh, and peltas starting pummeling. Camelot just dropping so fast, so freaking fast.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Beltas to be honest.
Never surrender!
Here come the elephants.
Yeah.
Oh, the Beltas got caught.
Yep.
But Carrie kinda got caught too.
Oh, Azat Knights charging frontally into thorax pikes. That's not good for Oleg. They're dropping very quickly.
And look how Oleg's Sorg Spikeman, they moved in, they're winning against Sorg Spikeman of Killerfish that were stationary. How is that possible?
Microphone.
Sorry, but I mean, come on. How is
Yeah.
it possible? Oh, now they're
Backorder.
losing. Now they're losing. And look why they're losing. Because they started blobbing up in the middle.
Yeah.
What time on the stream it is? It's 24 minutes on the stream. I will submit this to CA. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's super.
General of Killerfish is gone, as I was saying. It's easy to route. He
Though,
just died.
actually, if you look at those carrion X-Men he had on the other side, they actually have 14 kills and only lost 10 men so far.
Yeah. Hello, Lao Tzu.
Yeah, it's just not gonna work for him. Camel Archer's going to attack the chariots.
I don't
And they
think they're gonna
instantly stuck. They can't even move.
Yeah, this game looks over. Almost. Yeah.
I don't
Some,
know, I can't actually tell who's gonna win this.
Some strange
I think
engagement
Oleg.
from Oleg with his
Yeah,
Indian
Oleg has
armored
an advantage,
elephants.
but
He have two elephants alive.
Yeah,
oh,
but-
one of them at 4 men.
Yeah, because it charged the pike unit frontally.
Yeah.
So overall,
Ah.
he's got
But Killerfish has 2 Galatian Royal Guards and a full forest back.
no. It's not enough.
The middle for Killerfish will... Well... It will depend on last elephant for Oleg Vadimovich. It all depends on last elephant. Right now.
Yeah.
Purely on
Somehow
it.
it's turning around slightly.
I...
And there is lag. Someone
Yeah,
is just
lag.
lagging now.
The biggest... Yeah. I just... Oleg keeps his gen, it seems. No, actually, if he loses his gen... Okay, let's see. Silver shield. Middle is down.
Killerfish.
Yeah,
can-
I
think
agree.
Killerfish
I-
has this.
I don't know about Haz, but I agree that he have a chance now.
Yeah.
The problem is that there is still very easy... It's still very easy to start a chain route on Killerfish army
But-
right now.
But there are 2 pikes for Killerfish.
Yeah, and general down and the chariots coming back, and they will actually this time reap. And you see, the camel archers, even so they can stop chariots, the thing that they cannot do is to put any damage on these freaking chariots. They're just too weak.
Weren't I looking at one of the cavalry, like, kind of writing, even though he's standing still?
Here come the thoraxes for Oleg.
No, not for Oleg. For
For
Killerfish.
Killerfish, I mean, yeah.
But they're not. Okay, they're doing something strange, and now they're trying. What are they doing?
Now they will just die, actually, because they're totally out of position.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Yeah. It's like they don't know how to kill elephants. I mean, I do it every day. It's easy.
Yeah, but well, if you're in the 120 bracket, your only job is to keep a stick out then.
The thing is, Killerfish did not brace against those elephants, but I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, it seems to be. I'm surprised.
Yes. Out of control elephants, but still only 2 left.
And the
Or
thing
one.
Killerfish actually used very well here and demonstrated once again is what we were telling about Seleucid from the very beginning. They are too freaking expensive.
Yeah.
And if you invest in their best tools, which are elephants and cataphracts, you will be very weak in all other. Initially, for example, whenever I asked anyone, how do you play against Seleucids? Answer mostly was, you do a pike box. Like, it's pretty much the best way to do it. And Killerfish managed to do it without pike box, but still it was infantry heavy approach.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Asset Knights actually just killed off the chariots.
Yeah. Well, Azat Knights are good for that.
Yeah, they are extremely good units. Very cost effective.
Now I need to put something on front of my microphone which will kinda stick me whenever I get too close. Something like a toothpick. Like if I get too close I get so that I realize it instantly. Yeah. Actually it's not that bad of an idea to put some sort of physical limiter. So yeah, Killerfish just it's the same idea as Parse against Sparta, just bring much more. Much more.
Yep.
And I mean, it would have been even more one-sided if Killerfish didn't mismanage his light pelters. On the other hand, Oleg Vadimovich mismanaged his elephants.
Oh, he brought 11
And a
infantry
bit of his
units.
carry.
11
1,
infantry
2,
units. Wow.
3,
I think.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 indeed. It's 11.
So many infantry units.
Yeah, including General 12. Not sure if it's actually...
Wait, including General 12? I thought including General it's 11. Are you
1,
sure?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Isn't
8,
it
9,
10?
10, 11. No, right, 11. I counted chariots once. 4,
Yeah, 11.
6...
Yeah, chariots
11.
look like Galatians a bit, but a bit.
yeah.
They look like foreign sportsmen, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, see you in the next game. This is game number 4. Killerfish against Oleg, and Killerfish is up 2-1 right now. Do you guys want to go over the builds of the players?
Okay, sure, I take Egypt. He has 3 Galatian Royal Guards and 2 Galatian Swordsmen, it seems like, in the middle. Then he has backed that up by a Hellenic Royal Guard and 5 Ptolemaic cavalry. On the right flank he got 2 Camel Archers and 2 African Elephants. Weird choice.
Quickly now!
And at some point before patch 4, these Agrianian axemen were actually quite cool because of their rate of fire. But you see how for these axemen they throw axes, but they still have javelins in their hands, and animations is for javelins.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
and they should also have higher armor piercing. I mean, I'm pretty sure your shield can't hold up against a 2 kilo axe getting thrown at you.
Yeah. Will he go for second build Russian?
Oh, I thought you were going to, but okay. For Killerfish, we have on his right flank mercenary African elephants. He's got one of those. Then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hoplites. Wait, it's 5 because he's moving around his units. Yeah, 1 Hellenic
Yeah.
Royal Guard. And
Quickly
let's
now.
see, 1, 2, 3. No, 4, 5 Hellenic Royal Cavalry.
You command.
1 Aspis Companion Cav.
Advance
And
at speed.
that's pretty much the build of Epirus. I don't know how we call it, the Epirusian build or something. Epirusian
Yeah.
build.
And it seems that Killerfish is defending this game because he started by taking fairly static position on a hill.
At the double.
And obviously these hoplites, I'm not confident on
Yeah.
on reasoning. I
Yeah.
can see couple of supports, but 5.
This is the actual main light, I think. And I think he has 6. Oh no, 1 is Hellenic.
Riders advance.
So yeah, here
And-
comes Oleg. He's gonna start flanking around.
Yeah, and sorry for camera not moving, I'm actually texting, so sorry for that. We were streaming for quite a bit now, so real life starts to getting into cast, slowly but surely. So it seems overall none of the players have real. Actually, there is camel archers, but even by their range doesn't really allow them to enforce
Yeah.
the fight. They cannot kill anything. So both players kind of lack tools to kind of force enemy out of position. That's what I was trying to say. They have tools to enforce the fight because both of them have enough cavalry, but how does they make each other to get out of the hill? The answer would be they can't do that. Oleg Vadimovich can probably try and go on top of a hill and
Yeah.
kind of keep flanking from top of a hill, but by no means Killerfish weak in cavalry. I think Killerfish can punish Oleg for stretching so much. In fact, that's exactly what he tries to do. Yeah, I think Oleg Vadimovich. Look at his forces. Killerfish shifting all his forces, and Oleg Vadimovich is too spread. If he allows himself
Yeah.
to be catched here, it could be a problem.
Riders.
Not necessarily a
Yeah.
game deciding, but
That Galatian
Still-
is.
Oh,
is gonna
elephants.
be- Oh, the
elephants
general.
go.
General. Of
Yeah,
Oleg.
general get charged, but elephants going into hoplites, which did get fairly decent bracing bonus, but
Whoa.
still dying like
Yeah.
They got
crazy.
no bracing. They just got rain.
No, they stopped elephants. It's still bracing. Elephants otherwise would go through. It's
But they're
just
still getting destroyed.
yeah. That stampede, we can see the bodies underneath elephants' legs. So they do this knockdown effect and stomp on you.
Elephants coming in from Epirus. Raining
Uh,
out.
Killerfish decides not to go, and what looked like a very bad position for like Vadimovich suddenly becomes
Yeah.
fairly equal because Killerfish allowed himself to be caught.
As you say.
Yeah, but now one of the African elephants from Egypt is actually dying
Yep,
quite horrendously.
yep. I told you these axemen, they have insane firing rate.
Wow.
But
they
they-
died quickly. They
Yeah.
were fighting pikes. So.
But elephants of Epirus, let's look at them charging pikes from behind, doing fairly well actually.
As you command.
I think.
Charge. Riders. At
I
the
think
double.
I
Killerfish
can't
has got
judge.
a good chance here. He's got a chance here. A good chance.
I think that Killerfish's
Yeah.
chances right now rely on him to kill all the enemy cavalry.
Yeah. If he kills those camel archers, then he can kite maybe. But I don't think he has enough cav No, I mean, I think Oleg has enough cows.
Yeah.
Well,
it will all
Oleg-
come down to it surviving.
Here comes
Yes.
the camel. He's gonna get into that Agrian Axeman. Oh, just barely going around.
Yeah. But Killerfish will be cleaning up Egyptian general here, which would work, do some work on morale of these Galatian royal guards.
Yeah.
So if these 5 elephants of Killerfish actually survive, later they would be big thing, but now stuck in a fight. I'm not confident. I would say I would give slight edge to Egypt just because
Yeah.
of the numbers. I can see 3 full Galatian, like 2 full Galatians and 1 Galatian on 93 kills. I'm not sure.
actually would give the advantage to Epirus.
No, I don't see it personally.
Because those Rhodian slingers which just came out can do a lot of damage.
But there are camel archers, there are Ptolemaic cav for
And
Oleg.
Hellenic royal guards getting destroyed by these elephants.
Yeah. Almost 200 kills on African elephants. Like, they're not even the most expensive elephant unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
kind
all
of
about
weird.
doing it properly. Well, downhill charge on these hoplites was big.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, Epirus, mercenary African and Hungarians come back.
Understood.
Yeah, well, Alex seemed to be. Does he see it? No, he doesn't. His camel's not shooting at these elephants.
Yeah, I think he wanted to do it, but then they didn't shoot, so he's gonna run away.
I
Riders.
I don't see Epirus taking this
Here
game.
come the elephants to kill the elephants.
Yep.
Oh.
Elephant and elephant action.
Oh, the pikes, they're gonna go straight into the pikes. But they actually go through.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's one thing I noticed and can't really explain. Elephants that routing or running amok have much more, like, going through power.
Yeah.
Never surrender.
Yep. Maybe it's just because the AI is actually better at microing and some small things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, Egypt won.
Yep.
Valiant effort from
Second time in a row.
A bit of an odd build from Killerfish.
Yeah, it
but-
wasn't Sling, it was Carrion Axeman. I think most of the hoplites were the Waste and Killerfish. He just couldn't retreat fast enough on a hill. Alec managed to catch him.
Anyway, see you in the final game.
Problems once again, but I don't see any problems.
Okay.
it
so,
lagged a bit in the start. Just a tiny bit.
Anyway,
No,
final
seems
game
good to me.
of this
Of a
match. Yep, two against two. Groups of score in the best of 5. Will Killerfish, who is Parthia, take it, or is it going to be Oleg as Macedon? We'll find out.
He brought Greek scorpions! He brought 2 of them!
Sorry,
Yes.
your microphone. Now it went really bad.
No, I mean, come on, it's but how else I can put my excitement out? 2 scorpions on the field.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder if it will work. I almost want it to work. Anyway,
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
rooting against Killerfish.
yeah, was I too loud on the stream too? Because I'm trying to figure out if it's TeamSpeak or not. But
I think
anyway,
it's the stream. I think it's TeamSpeak. Your microphone just picking up too much stuff.
well,
I think it might be
okay,
too
whatever.
close to your face. Whatever.
Yeah, later we will discuss it later. Because now we need to go. Well, actually, we don't need to go through builds really fast because nothing will be happening in
Yeah.
meantime.
I honestly don't see what. I don't see how this is gonna be possible for Killerfish here.
It's gonna be hard.
Gonna be.
Gonna
don't
be
know.
hard.
Well,
is
it's
a
an interesting build at least.
conventional pike artillery. This is all the way back to Rome 1 New Global. Like, wow. You, sir, are doing it right.
Exactly.
Oh,
But-
Parthians are already getting hit up.
Oh.
Well, that's actually what Killerfish wants. Parthian Swordsman is the cheapest part of his army.
Yeah. He
Uh,
can do well against hoplites with them.
Yeah.
He needs to watch out for his elephants because they can't get hit by the artillery.
Actually, it is possible for Oleg to lose this because it's not the pike box, it is a pike hoplite box.
Yeah.
Not as
Yeah.
strong.
That's true. These regular hoplites, they're not gonna be really able to.
Withstand a
Like,
cavalry or elephant
Yeah, a
charge.
cavalry all in. Yeah, they won't
Yeah,
be able
with
to withstand it.
elephants are gonna kill them.
Yeah.
Or like Parthian
But-
swordsmen are gonna do nicely.
But I think that Oleg's idea is to get the artillery to basically hurt the elephants so much that they won't be a problem in the actual battle.
Yeah, but
That could be the case, but the RTs have
it's
just went over 10 kills a second ago.
the thing is
Yeah.
that how is the
You
line
go-
of sight like? Or does it really not
that a
matter that
lion?
much?
That's a freaking lion!
Where?
Yeah,
where?
yeah.
Where?
There's a
Where?
lion right in front of the
Where?
Macedonian troops! It's Lionheart! Hear him roar.
Oh, I see
Where
that.
exactly? Is it on a hill?
It's a freaking fully made.
It's next to the
male
general of
lion.
Killerfish.
Dude,
Wait,
that
oh.
is
In
incredible.
front of
Yeah.
it. In front of it. Do you
Oh,
see
it's
it?
roaring now. Roar!
Oh, I see it. Why is he alone?
Oh my god!
wait.
dude, It's going to attack the horse.
Oh,
Look at Killerfish's general, dude. He's right in front of him.
he's gonna attack the royal cataphracts.
The cool guy.
No, amazing. Oh, look, he's doing a moonwalk over there.
Oh yeah. I
Anyway.
think I once got like
I wonder if they can die if you hit them with arrows.
nope. Then
I actually like how they've got the size right.
yeah, but it's kind of weird that why would a lion be in the middle of the desert? I don't really get it.
Well,
Alone,
there
probably
was
not.
There was a whole species of desert lions that has been extinct for a while. Especially
Ah,
in
yeah.
ancient Arabia. Like, ancient Arabians claimed that there were dune lions that lived in packs and were very hairy, but
Huh.
no
this looks very
archaeological
muscular.
evidence has no archaeological evidence has basically surfaced to confirm that.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't think there were a lot of wasted resources on these lions and stuff. That part actually doesn't bother me, but I'm more bothered about stuff that wasn't here, because artists who does these birds and stuff, it's different artists. They have nothing to do with game balance. They have nothing to do with game optimization. It's completely separate department. So I don't think it's a problem answering stream question. Anyway, should we try going through builds while we have time, because we have a lot of time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will go over Macedon then. He has 3 foot companion in what I would call the front, 2 foot companions, one of his general in the surrounding tribes, 1 forex pikeman, and 4 hoplites, I think.
Yep, for
Yeah,
all.
I think
5.
so.
5 hoplites.
1, 2,
Yes, 5
3, 4.
hoplites. One's on the edge.
Oh yeah.
And then he has 3 mercenary Rhodians.
No,
4.
4, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 4. Sorry, it tied. And then 3 Greek scorpions.
2.
Yeah.
2, yes. Oh.
You fucked every single one of those up,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then GD, will you go for Parthia? Try not to fuck
Sure.
up.
I will try my hardest. So he's got what looks like 3 royal cataphracts on one side, and he has matched that with 2 more on the other side. So I'm gonna say 5 royal cataphracts here. He then has
Already fucked up.
What? Already?
One of them Eastern Cataphract.
Oh, you little. No, wait, it's still
Already.
four. It's still it's 4 Royal Cataphracts, 1 Eastern Cataphract, and then you have. Let's see, how many swordsmen? 4 swordsmen, 4 Parthian swordsmen. I'm pretty sure about that one.
Yeah.
Then he has one of these Indian war elephants, and got 3 Eastern jabs, and he then has a bunch.
Here he
of
comes downhill
Horse
into the
archer. Oh shit,
hoplites.
he's coming in.
This is his chance. He could get this because
This is
he's
the
attacking the
moment.
Nice
hoplites.
shield phalanxes though. Nice shield phalanxes though.
But elephants
is it-
going through. One
it's
elephant
not-
went into.
Hoplites are
No,
gonna
Ah.
die so
Look at
fast.
No, they're not. Look, I mean they took the charge pretty well actually, considering that it was a downhill from an elephant.
But now the problem
Oh,
is
he's
that
gonna cycle charge, isn't he?
Cycle charge with elephants?
Yeah, he should be cycle charging. He should be coming back in now. Like imagine if he does one more strike.
no, he goes for another hoplet. He goes
Yeah.
around.
Here
No,
he comes.
come on, don't tell me
risk.
it's
No,
spikes.
no, not like this.
You can see who we are rooting for. Obviously, we are rooting against the box.
Yeah, but
He's
the
moving his he's moving his elephants around. I think to try and prevent.
Look at
damage from the
Cataphract.
slingers. I don't know why
Look.
he's gonna try and get to the slingers.
Royal Cataphract got into box. He opened up this small gap, and Royal Cataphract's running in a box. It paid huge price. It's half a unit now, but it went in and killing.
Oh my god,
Yes.
there's a gap in the line.
But
see
I
it
don't
as
know.
well.
I don't think this is effective.
No,
Yes,
this
there is
not.
not enough follow-up.
Huh.
Why didn't he come in and shoot with his? Maybe he's trying to wear them down in the melee. Like, look, he's using waves and waves of attack. He's gonna wear those units down and give his horse archers time to like kill them at the end with a heavy shot.
And
That's
artillery
his
hasn't
plan.
remounted their pieces.
Also, he's gonna have javelin men, and he's playing the end game. He's playing it reversed.
It's because the problem for him, he couldn't use Javelin Man because of slingers. He tried to open up a gap to get Cataphracts in and kill slingers because
Yeah.
otherwise Javelin Man is just too vulnerable. It's a problem right now.
I think Killerfisch is in a huge trouble.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
He's
Immense trouble. Oh, his Javelin Man trying to get closer using the fact that slingers
Elephants.
actually shooting
The
at
Elliot.
Gem.
Yeah.
Wow,
But-
an
Though-
elephant comes in, like
The
smacks
charges.
20 people. That elephant, oh my gosh.
Forward!
That elephant killed like 30 people with one hit. Did anyone else
No,
see
no,
that?
no. He had
No,
20
it
before.
knocked it over.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, here come the elephants on the hoplites. It's a good target.
Oh. These hoplites. Killerfish, do you see it? Do you see it, Killerfish? No.
Yeah.
No, there is. Again, pike box.
He saw it.
Elephant.
Too late.
Open at the hopleted side of the pike box.
Yeah,
Down
but
with the
now it's
artillery.
closed again.
Look at this though. He's bringing
Huh.
in his units now, and look, he's gonna break into the box finally, but
He has no
taking
infantry.
him so many resources to break into the box that.
Yeah.
He has,
And I'm
And
not even
he's-
sure that he will break into the box actually.
he has almost no infantry left. Just one depleted Parthian swordsman and another one. But
I believe this could have worked. You know how?
I don't think it's over for him that no, because he's got 4 units of cataphracts that haven't basically fought, and he's got all of his skirmish now
But-
ready to shoot. Look
but
what
how?
he's targeting.
I'm beginning to
He's
be
gonna
very
die.
pessimistic on Killerfish's behalf. To be
yeah,
honest.
what's
Hello.
he gonna do against the slingers?
Well,
That's an
Parsi,
attack into the pike with the general.
very nice one because pikes were quite depleted.
Oh, he gets into the skirmishers.
But he keeps losing so much. The thing I would do as Killerfish from the beginning of the game probably. My biggest problem are slingers, right?
No, man,
So
I think I
will.
know look what he's doing. Now the box is gonna collapse because look, it's gonna try.
But there is
Oleg-
nothing to kill it.
Oh,
Elephants are out. Swords are out. He's just doing it in the
Cavalry
wrong
scan
order.
right now.
Say glory.
What?
I don't
Honestly,
see like lots of units that aren't close to dying here for Oleg though. There's one, it's general and maybe one or two, like 3 units that basically haven't taken much damage. Look, the rest of his box is about to like break entirely.
yeah, but there is at least 3 pikes, 2
Yeah.
hoplites in a good shape. In fact, 4 pikes in a good shape. No, honestly, there is tanky skirmishing unit for Killerfish, which is these mercenary Sarmatian horse. They still have 50 health. I would just get them close with, let's say, Eastern Cataphract on the front to soak up damage of these slingers and try to skirmish down slingers. And for these Parthian swordsmen, I would just follow them up with Eastern Javelin men.
Comes another charge right into the front of the pike this time. That wasn't a wonderful charge.
But I don't think he have enough at this point.
No, that charge there was, I don't know why he ran right into the pikes.
As you wish.
Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah,
lose
I
men
think
now.
this game is over right now.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's a gap.
Yeah.
There's now a
Well,
gap.
I don't think this is
I don't think the missiles are actually that important.
Anymore,
Oleg right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning, they weren't that
Well, the artillery was kind of important to soak up the enemy
Well.
elephants.
Charge.
if you ask me, the biggest mistake was in arrow, like when you don't have skirmishing superiority, which Killerfish didn't have, surprisingly, because of the range. He, like, you break box by coordinated attempts of all your different tools, all your different forces you have, but he couldn't do that. Just he sent waves separately, and his forces didn't support each other. And that's not the first time when I see that.
I don't
Just-
think this game is over though.
I think
I
it
don't
is.
know. Yeah.
Because, dude, his horse archers have so much ammo left.
2 of them.
They haven't been firing all match, and he
But-
still has one almost full, fresh royal cataphract. He can easily sit here, you know, give his units time to rest, because it doesn't matter for the pikes if it's.
Actually,
pikes or
the
so.
artillery are remounted and will begin to fire at him.
Do not let that coward slay.
How many
I don't
units
think
do
it
they
have more than
One.
2 armor left.
Yeah,
it
but
probably
that's still a
doesn't
lot
have-
of damage.
Let's see how much it can do. It's already done pretty decent damage. 54
Yeah,
kills.
54.
I don't know, I can get them up to 130.
Well, that doesn't matter now. We're just seeing what it's going to do at this point. Because I know it's been firing for most of the fight. And it also only has 20 men.
It's actually not firing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I think they actually could be out of ammunition. They did actually, if I look, I'm not sure about it, but they're not even loading ammunition
Yeah.
into that. I think they're out of it.
Maybe he's waiting for the units to get a little bit closer so he could maximize the damage. That would be another
Yeah.
indication that he's down to, you know, finishing up his ammo if he has any left, that is.
No, but they still should reload that thing,
the chat.
aren't they?
Mind game.
Chat.
Yeah. I still believe slingers have enough
Wow.
ammunition, and these horses will not
Wait.
do enough.
Look at that cataphract for Killerfish. That's a 26 men. Look at the center. Well, more like the left flank of the unit. There's a guy, super bloody. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I see him.
Oh, I
There are
think
actually
I had
3
the blood
guys
pack.
for me. There are 3 for me that are really bloody.
Yeah. There are. but-
Like, what the fuck were the other guys doing? Oh, look, there is some
They
blood
have, like,
on all of them. actually.
Shiny armor. A lot of them have quite shiny armor and like no blood. Well, actually.
Yeah, Maximus, box definitely is a lame tactic in term. Like, I don't want to use the word lame. It's just boring if it's dominating. I think that in this case, obviously, you can see why artillery banned in a game generally on most tournaments, because someone who brings artillery, he pretty much have no choice. He have to make a box. His
Yeah.
primary strategy. I'm okay when people box up with spikes in a late game. Let's say you made a mistake, you lost your calf, you have no choice. But when you come into game with this mindset that you're just gonna box up, it's kind of not fun. And one of the problems here is the way to break a box in Rome 1, from what I know. It always was just to skirmish it down. If someone brings a box, you bring at least skirmishes of the same power and skirmish it down. But in this case for Killerfisch, it was actually Killerfisch. It was his own choice not to bring any foot slingers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
partly
just
his
also.
mistakes. Yeah, partly his mistakes. But
Mercenary.
partly, yeah,
Mercenaries
catched.
about to rout.
I think he's doing that on purpose. I think he wants the Rhodian slingers to kind of waste ammo, and that unit of cav is one, the least useful one, and two, probably one of the faster units in his army. So there they go. They might come back.
No,
No,
there's
no.
no way.
They have no flags. They shut it.
It says routing. Oh, they are shattered. They are shattered.
Oleg,
Well-
I have a lot of ammo.
I think there could be easy capture points, or second, as I said, as it was in Rome 1, if skirmishes will actually be... Right now, the reason why you don't bring foot skirmishes is that they rarely game deciding factor. In some cases they are, but generally it's a wasted money. As you can see, Killerfisch brought this Eastern Javelin Man because of their insane 40 missile damage. So if they actually get close to these spikes, they can decimate this spike in 3 volleys, like 2 of them. But because of slingers, he cannot do that. So right now he's waiting. I think he still have 2 or 3 volleys left on his Eastern Javelin Man.
I don't really think he has been using them that much, to be honest.
They fight at
used
least 3 volleys each.
Yeah.
I think more like 4.
Yeah, they fired
Yeah.
a good amount early on. But they might still have, you know, I think close to what they fired. So they've probably gone through about half of their ammunition, I would say.
At speed!
I
Right
think
now,
what...
Killerfisch is getting impatient.
No.
Quickly now!
He just have to do something. It's not about patience. It's his cataphract's fresh, so it's
Oh.
time for him to try do something.
Wait,
I don't
diamond
understand why
formation or
players-
wedge.
Yeah,
Wedge
actually,
is very useful here.
Actually, it's not, believe it or not. You can, the punching power of a cav unit in diamond and out of diamond is the same.
Yeah,
I've
but
tested this.
but it's easier to precision surgery with wedge formation.
could be like when you try to sneak into gap or kind
might
of.
be
Yeah,
able-
or
he might
a
be able
corner
to,
or
like-
something.
He might be able to get through, like for example, see those 2 hoplites. He might be able to get through them, but if he's gonna do that, he's gonna need to either do a command order in the box, or maybe an attack order on one of the units behind the 2 hoplites, and he's gonna take so much damage from
Yeah.
from those hoplites as he tries to push through. Like you're gonna get maybe 15 horses tops that actually make it in. So
Yeah.
I'm not so sure Diamond is gonna help him or Wedge is gonna help him in any way here. In fact, he loses
Yeah.
melee defense and he's gonna need. But I don't know. That's an interesting question. Does melee defense play a part of the combat damage equation when you don't have an attack order on the unit that's attacking you when you're kind of running through it? Or is it just your armor and HP? That would be something that we would have to look into, I guess.
Yeah.
I have another
Yeah.
question. How does these mercenaries, Armati and Hosaches, fare in kills against those Parthian Eastern slingers? No,
Yeah.
slingers. Because if slingers can... I feel like with heavy shots they kill a lot. But if slingers can kill the same amount, you would still... It still would be safe to bring like at least 3 slingers to kind of deal with enemy slingers. Yeah, I actually want a tea, but I don't want to mute myself yet.
Well, there's also I don't I don't know, but also the Parthian horse carry, they can actually be somewhat useful from time to time.
Yeah.
Here it comes. I think he
This
might
one
be
of the
trying
games
something.
where, if I recorded it, I would actually be asking myself, like, this is probably the only type of game that makes me want to buy some sort of a video editing software. Because I don't have anything that will allow me... Wait, come on, Killerfish! There is nothing that allows me to effectively
Oh.
cut out parts of
Major fail.
Oh, is he going in?
Yeah, he's given up.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. Shimon, we're recording.
Ouch.
I'm not exactly sure.
Why?
It looked fun. At least now we have some
Why?
horses in a block.
That's so strange. Like,
At least he could have tried to merge the side of the hoplites or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and there is H that is slightly open, and there is much weaker pikeman
Yeah,
behind.
I don't know what.
I think that even butt dragged would have killed that carry unit, to be honest.
He was so patient until now and just goes in frontally.
Yeah.
Strange.
I did hear
doing it
about
now.
internet weak part, but
Here comes the
I
diamond.
don't like.
See.
I don't want to steal software. Yeah. Goes in. No, still
Yeah,
terrible.
See, this is
Why-
what I was talking about.
Why is he trying to go through pikes instead of hoplites?
It is only one line of pikes.
He
And
lost
I'm
his
actually
whole
starting to get into the
cataphract.
side of the.
He's gonna lose
side
a
of the-
whole cataphract unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he can't go through hoplites. That I can guarantee. But at least he will be dying slower.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's going for the Greek scorpion.
No, isn't he going for these slingers?
Yes,
Yeah.
slingers.
Oh, okay.
Well, either way.
And look, just now, look at it. Look how fast this sling is actually dropping. He should have just done it earlier. Why cataphract?
Yeah.
Why waste cataphracts on that?
I don't know.
He wasted like 2 cataphracts, and one was his gen to kill the slingers.
Well, 5 slingers I think would still have been massacred in those javelin men.
But it's a bit kind of, how should I put it? It's exactly the statistics that makes me believe in specific stuff. We saw a very close match of 2 good players. They played fairly well, not a lot of micro mistakes, and the moment someone of them tried to play any skirmish heavy play, he lost. And
Yeah.
I hate that about the game right now.
Yeah.
I
We
hate
need
that
a
about
bit
the
of
game.
boosting to the skirmishes against the pikes and low armored units.
yeah, and I'm actually okay with heavy skirmish losing, but even taking skirmish support seem to be dragging you down sometimes.
Yeah. Right now I think Killerfish is just trying to get as many kills so it looks better on his lose win ratio.
I don't think he cares about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he underestimated the power of the pikes. He
Yeah,
thought,
the
okay,
power of a pike box, even when it was kinda weirdly arranged.
Yeah,
because
I
like
think
in the beginning, I was convinced that he was trying to bring the HP down of those units, but then he was just doing weird shit like throwing his units into.
Yeah.
I
I don't
thought
know.
what he wanted to do, like, I mean, I guess he thought that maybe if they're 2 ranks deep, that they're not gonna hold as well, but they still do fine against cavalry, right?
Yeah,
even if
that's
it's
for
not
sure.
against infantry,
What's going on here with Oleg?
because
Just
he's
moving.
giving
Maybe,
up
if
his
maybe if
camping.
he has given the control to the AI, just to see what it will do.
Yeah. I for once I think Killerfish came in this game without a proper plan. He maybe even had a plan for pike box. Well, he clearly did with this Eastern Javelin Man. He just didn't have a plan for pike box with slingers inside.
Yes.
It's something you kind of have to consider.
Forward! As you
Well,
say!
not kind of, you have to consider it.
Anyone! Take aim!
Well, that's the game, guys. Not anything very exciting, but for me, obviously, it's still interesting because I need to see a lot of games to have any specific opinion of a current balance.
But
I cannot judge from my own games, clearly because they are not very high level. But the more I see, the more I believe that game balance still needs to move towards skirmishes.
Yeah. It's not really fun playing against the tank stand kind of.
Understood!
Yeah, and it comes to this, how it's called, basic principles of game design. It's not even about ROM or anything. The most interesting competitive games, and not even competitive, any games, the whole definition of a game is being in control. Like, why people don't like modern military shooters. Like, it's pretty much tier. You can't go away from a track. You just go and do what computer says you, like script, and you just shoot at this target. No, you move too much to the left, go back. And the game is all about, especially competitive game, is all about having control over outcome. And ideally, both players should be actively doing something. But Pike Box is all about not doing anything actively. The whole idea of Pike Box is flawed from terms of competitive gameplay.
I don't know. I think like there's a lot of competitive games where people tank up and play defensively, and, you know. But the main problem I think in competitive thing with Rome right now, and in fact with any Total War game, and this has always been the case, is that the game hasn't been balanced enough at any point of its lifetime to allow for people to start agreeing on things like rule sets and things like, as you said, action outcomes, like unit outcomes, 1v1 fights, pike. If we could say that this could behave in a certain way and it was very obvious for everyone, people wouldn't be sitting there arguing about it, trying to make rule sets and stuff like that. And that's why the game can't be competitive. It just doesn't have the platform. It's not about, like, sure, like, some people might be like, yeah, it's the community, or like, it's a certain group of people that are behaving a certain way, but really, the real reason why this game can't be competitive is because it's just unbalanced. And they can't fix it.
Well, some things you really cannot fix if you try to keep any type of authenticity, because that period really, you know how they, how should I explain it? From what I did read, arrows weren't really for killing, and in at least in Total War, at the beginning they said their design was to make arrows and skirmishes more of morale damage and morale control power. So the question is, are we really seeing here imbalanced game at this point, or we just seeing poor pick from Killerfisch, or rather good pick from Oleg Vadimovich to face Parsia? Is Parsia in fact strong faction? My answer is no. Right now, at this state of a game, I believe that as Sparta is a good counterpick to Parsia, Parsia is a good counterpick to Sword faction, but it's not good counterpick to Pike faction. That's my opinion. So it may or not be ready to be competitive sport, but in terms of balance, not all factions balanced against each other, and just trying to get a bit out of the box, look at it out of the box. Maybe we should just forget about the thing that Parsia is universally strong. Maybe
I
it
never
isn't.
thought of Parthia that way, to be honest.
Well,
Parthia for me was never an issue in the game. Even when people were having problems with, you know, when people first started experimenting with like elephants, camels, cataphract armies that right after the scan tournament basically, I still thought it was perfectly manageable. In fact, the only time I thought that there was an OPness was with Sparta, and we showed that well, we did experiments, and it just seems that that's not the case.
Well,
yeah.
we experimented against factions with swords. We didn't experiment against like Parthi or something, but it can be meant to be that way.
Yeah. Well, how should I put it? It's, you know, it could look boring a bit, but it may be partly because the whole faction metagame didn't stabilize yet. When people start making much smarter picks, it may actually be balanced enough in the end. I can't really tell yet.
Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Subscribe to The Ripped, subscribe to Gamer Dudester, and see you next time.